Okay, so let's talk about this Megan Thee Stallion getting cheated on outrage. Like the internet is losing it and it's just hilarious. And I want to unpack all my thoughts around the way the internet's acting, my thoughts about those two.
Oh, I don't think Klay Thompson gets it. It gets real parasocial around here about Megan Thee Stallion. I don't play about her. You do realize that has now set every back from getting a girlfriend. Because if Meg can't get one and y'all encouraging that, I don't want nothing to do with y'all.
Go get a job, go get a hobby. Or if you were to die today, Meg wouldn't give two shits.
Let me tell y'all something. I was at the nail salon and I was scrolling on my phone while she was doing my nails, and I saw Megan's story. Went to verify, verified, read it aloud to my nail tech. She gasps. Upstairs, we hear more people yelling, screaming, no, Megan, no way. Megan and Klay, they broke up. People in disbelief. The whole nail salon was on fire. That's how serious it gets behind Megan Thee Stallion, baby. That's how serious it gets. Honestly, the fact that multiple men have fumbled you.
Klay has no fame. Klay has no hoes. Klay has no goals. Klay has to cough. Can't find a hall. Klay wants to shoot. Can't find the ball. Megan, it's me, your spiritual advisor. If I get an even number, Klay's going bald tonight. Bald tonight. Bald tonight. Bald tonight. Bam! Megan, he's going bald. If I get an odd number, $100 million billion is gonna come to you tonight. I see good things in your future, Megan. I see good things in your future. A new, better man, woman, or person. Give me an even. Give me even. Megan, better things are coming soon. Better things are coming soon.
Okay, so get in. Let's talk. So the other day, I popped up on my feed that Klay Thompson cheated on Megan Thee Stallion, and when I first seen the news, I was like, "Oh, okay, okay, the sky is blue." Like, like that's what. Do you guys really think that a rapper and an NBA player or an athlete are gonna ride off into the sunset and like settle down forever? And no, like, have you not paid attention to the patterns? Like, have you not paid attention to the freaking patterns? When have we ever seen rappers last for real, for real? Like today's rappers, current rappers. I'm talking the Lottos. I'm talking the Sexy Reds. Like, what do you mean? They all sleep around and they get passed around because no man is going to take Megan Thee Stallion seriously. Because when you think of Megan Thee Stallion, what is her brand? I'm gonna give you, let's play the Dora game. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. When I say the name Megan Thee Stallion, what comes up in your head? I'll wait. What came up in your head was ratchetness, twerking, ghetto-ness, hoodlum culture, hot girl summer. Megan Thee Stallion is the embodiment of everything that men actively do not look for in a woman. Well, yeah, in a wife. And the thing is, ladies, aren't we saying that we don't want to get on one knee? Like when the feminists were trying to do that, y'all made fun of them, right? When they were really about that equality life. So we want the man to get on one knee. We want the man to get on one knee, but yet we don't want to ever get on a man's program. So if you're already the stubborn type that likes to make things harder for you and you don't want to understand the psychology of men and what they want, just click off the video. This video is not going to be for you. Okay, I don't want to hear your radical feminist rants in the comment section as you continue to be a skip me and you want love, but you're making it harder for yourself. Men control marriage. They're the gatekeepers of marriage. You guys are going to get to a point where you're gonna have to understand you can't continuously go against what they say they want and then also simultaneously expect them to marry you. It's just not gonna work out like that. You gotta pick a struggle. So, anyways, let me continue with my commentary about how Megan Thee Stallion, everything that men are looking for in a wife, Megan Thee Stallion is literally the opposite representation of that. So, like, the fact that the internet, yo, I can't get over the internet being outraged. Like, duh. Rappers sleep around, they get cheated on all the time. Like, what were y'all? I'm confused by the commentary. Like, the slowness in the way people are reacting. Okay, so let's talk about it. I also seen that people are saying, but we thought Klay was a good guy. I'm sorry. What? This is why women get played today. I see why y'all hate men. I see why you guys hate men. I understand now. You seen a good, wholesome man in Klay Thompson?
Women are mad at Klay Thompson not because he cheated on Meg Thee Stallion, but because he ruined the fairy tale of the nice guy in their head.
I don't even watch sports, okay? I cannot break down sports for you at all. I'm a girly girl. I didn't even know who this man really was until he started dating Megan Thee Stallion. But you can look at a man and you can tell, like, no, he never gave, like, the girls are saying, but we thought he was the nerd. We thought he was the good guy. If you are saying that, you're slow as hell. You thought he was the good, like, Prince Charming? What? This is why the Black community, this is why the marriage stats are the way they are. We have the lowest marriage stats. We're not getting married. We're the least married because we're slow. This is the slowness that I be talking about.
Klay was never going to marry Meg, and looking at his past shows it. Klay has always enjoyed being outside. We can see him tons of times with multiple different girls partying, having a good time. He was never for the long haul. Then in his first public relationship with Hannah Stocking, she exposed him for cheating as well. So if we just looked at who this man was and what he was doing and how he was moving, it was clear this was always part of his plan.
So yeah, like, I didn't know who Klay Thompson was from a can of paint. Never even knew about his dating history. It only just got exposed for real when he played Megan Thee Stallion, I guess. But it's like, I didn't need to look at his dating history to know that he's capable of doing that. Like, all it takes for me is like a 2-second glance. I'm like, no, player. Klay Thompson has always had player written all over his face. Like, what are you guys seeing? Like, when girls was like, we thought he was the good guy. Are you serious? I'm just so irritated, especially because Summer Walker got ate up because she came out with a post talking about, see, and y'all men tell us to pick better. Even when you try to pick better, you're still not picking better. And it's like a bunch of freaking slowpokes coming together and all having a discussion. And it's just really painful to watch. I haven't seen a single good take on this situation at all. Maybe one. We do not know how to spot good men or pick good men to save our lives. Klay Thompson literally is a ball player. Have we not spent any time in high school? No? What did we learn when we were in high school about athletes? We learned that they are players. Athletes are players. They get women. That's never going to change. Like, of course, there's like the rare exception. I guess you guys' example would be Sierra and Russell, even though, I'm sorry, like, a lot of these celebrities that look loyal, they be creeping. It's just they're good at creeping. So I've never put them on a pedestal, but I guess to the Black community, they're like, just the it couple, but we don't know what the hell is going on behind closed doors. So I don't idolize any couple. Okay. It ain't nothing to get a girl to sign an NDA and hush hush and give somebody hush hush money. I don't know that man. So that's y'all pedestalizing him. You know how you guys are always generalizing men because of your hurt and pain? When it comes to athletes, that would be a very great time to generalize. So we're going to start off with talking about my thoughts on Klay Thompson, okay? That would be a great time for the ladies to say, I'm not settling down with him. He's an athlete. He gets girls. Athletes are players. That would be a great time to put all men in a box. I'm sorry. It is a very rare probability that an athlete is going to be a stand-up man. And in fact, my friends are so fine. I have friends that had access to athletes when they were younger. And so I kind of know the insides of it, you know, of them sliding in my friends' DMs and stuff like that. My friends knew that they were a fun time and not a long time. Rappers, athletes, they're a fun time. They're not like, why did y'all think that Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson were going to last long term? That's what I'm really trying to wrap my head around right now. Just slow. Okay, so let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion. Let's get back to her. Here's the thing with Megan Thee Stallion, and I'm going to break down the psychology of what is happening with women because I'm a woman, so I know how women think. So I notice that women love a good storyline. It's almost like a fantasy for them, seeing a girl who has a reputation of being a known 304 and a man, you know, wifing her up still, because, you know, us women, we do have a lot of pressure to remain innocent in a man's eyes, to be a virgin. You know, these are hard pressures that we have to live up to. Most of us have not lived up to that by the time we've met our husband. A lot of women rack up a lot of bodies. A lot of women have done a lot of strange things for change. And so that's why they love the fantasy of having her cake and eat it too without the sacrifices of like the old school wife. You know how the old school wife had to remain pure and innocent and wholesome by the time she gets to her husband. Yeah, that's not really a fantasy for us women. We want to do whatever we want, have fun, sleep around, and then when we're 30, it's a fantasy for a man to come save us. Like a lot of women can see themselves in that pipeline, in that storyline. That's why they're getting all roughed up over Megan Thee Stallion, because she was that for them. The promiscuous Jezebel finally finding her Prince Charming and settling down. That's womenese. That's women logic. But I'm going to break down men's logic because it's completely different. When I came on here and I told y'all men put women into different categories, I got backlash. The ladies came in my comment section and were like, that's not true because they like the photos of the IG. I basically said, listen, men put us into categories. There's wifey, there's the fun girl, and I broke down how they do it. It's based on how you look, how you act, how you think. Women came in my comments. That's not true because guys, they like OnlyFans models pictures on Instagram. So I mean, like, oh my god, like we cannot be this slow as a gender. We can't be this slow. Yes, if you are pretty, you're gonna get male attention. But we're talking about what type. Megan Thee Stallion is not going to get wifey material attention from men because she's Megan Thee Stallion. She literally, everything that represents the Jezebel spirit, everything that represents what red pill men go on all day about. Megan Thee Stallion is the literal embodiment of that. So when I seen her running around with Klay Thompson, I already knew that this was going to be a temporary fling and they were going to break up. Like, come on. I think as a generation, we are so chronically single that it's like we just have no knowledge, no discernment anymore when it comes to dating. Like, I've never seen women act so damn slow. So Megan Thee Stallion, this is typical of skit me behavior. women who constantly get left by men, it's almost like a trauma for them. So when they leave, they have to burn it all down. And so she came to the timeline to air out his business. I hate when people do that. You don't even understand the things that you girls are complaining about. You couldn't walk a mile in my shoes. And even still, I mean, if you're not blasting me, I don't do that. I don't come to the timeline when me and my man are arguing, and y'all have never heard anything negative about my man out my mouth. And that's the difference between wifey material and a Megan Thee Stallion type. Okay, that's one out of the 1,000 examples. What she did, coming to the internet, blasting her business, airing out her business, like, it's tacky when people do that. I had to do that because a girl, she started that nonsense with me on YouTube, the girl I was beefing with. But did I want to do that? No, because that looks crazy. Like, if you were just friends, I hate doing that. Like, it will never be me starting drama with someone that I used to rock with on the internet. You will never see it because it looks, now I'll finish it, but I'm not going to start it because that looks crazy. Like, Megan, you were just my man. Now you're doing this black and white flip. Now he's the enemy. That was just your man. Like, come on. I get it. Things don't work out, but you got to learn how to be a woman and just take it to the chest, move on with your life. But so many women cannot do that. They have to burn it down. They got to bleach his clothes. They got to break his Xbox. And I feel like that's what Megan Thee Stallion did. She came to the timeline, she crashed out, and she basically aired out his business. Y'all, he been cheating on me this whole time. He don't want to be monogamous. He got cold feet. Of course, Megan, of course he got cold feet. Do you know who you are? Do you know what you've been promoting for the past years? For nearly almost a decade. It's going to be very hard for a man to take you seriously after all that. Yes, men will sit up in your face and play house. They will have you meet their friends. They'll do the whole nine to get some coochie a few times. And then, like, basically, Megan Thee Stallion, from my perspective, she got hit and quit. He hit and quit. That's what it was. Y'all were the parasocial ones overly romanticizing what was supposed to just be a fling. Anyone with a higher IQ could have seen that these two were not going to last. I don't care if they were labeling each other as boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know. I don't keep up with them because I know y'all are going to come to the comment section. That doesn't mean anything. Men will say a lot to get into your pants. The wrong types of men. So if you're about to come into my comments, oh, but he did this, he said, who cares? He got what he wanted, and now he got cold feet. That's what really matters. What matters is what they do after they get what they want. Are they still sticking around, or do they turn cold? Y'all were the stupid ones acting like they were going to, walk down the aisle. No, Buki. Anyone who is married we already know. Like, come on, y'all gotta like strengthen like your street smarts when it comes to dating, because I'm worried with the reactions from women. I am truly worried for this generation, for real. Lord have mercy. But yeah, let me just tell you guys a little bit something about men, because I understand men very well too. From a male's point of view, ladies, listen up, okay? We know you guys want the fantasy of being able to run the streets, ruin your reputation, and then have a man come marry you and save you by the time you're 30. But I'm telling you right now, that is very freaking hard. Men will play around with you if you are a 304. Hey, they'll even go on a trip with you. They'll even go on a vacation with you. They'll even spend money on you. But that ring? Oh no, men are very selective with who they marry. Like, from what I notice, it is a continuous pattern in the types of women that men choose to marry. Men are pretty smart with the women that they pick to marry. It's always some wholesome woman. She doesn't have a crazy reputation. You know what I mean? That's who they settle down with. Very rarely do you see a man settle down with a woman who is the fun Jezebel 304. No, Men are smart. We're the slow ones. We will try to turn Pookie into a husband. That's what we do as women. Men know to just play around with the 304, and that's what he did with Megan Thee Stallion. We know there's always going to be some rinky-dink guy that's willing to turn a 304 into a housewife, but typically those types of guys are very low value. Very. Like, you don't want to get involved. But anyways, so I'm going to explain why it's very hard for men to settle down with a woman who has ruined her reputation publicly. From a man's point of view, this is how men see it, ladies. It is very embarrassing. The reason why men want us to come as virgins and with very, very, very low body counts is because men don't want to be the goofy punk or whatever word you want to use, right? This is male logic. This is male math, okay? It took me a while to figure this one out because I'm a woman. I didn't see it from that perspective, but from their perspective, it's embarrassing that all these men got to experience you at a cheap cost, barely, didn't even buy you flowers, didn't even take you on a date, but he has to be the one to step up, take you on a date, marry you. Like, so it's definitely like a ego thing. It's a public thing. It's an image thing. It's a status thing. That is embarrassing amongst men. All of these men got to experience your woman in the bedroom with ease, but he's the stupid one that's getting laughed at for buying her flowers, putting a ring on something that every man already got. Like that. That makes men look like idiots amongst other men. And it's not even just how they look amongst other men. They feel stupid within when they do stuff like that. Men like to feel confident in their decisions, respected. It's an ego thing. They don't want to lock down a woman that they know and that the community knows has been around. That is embarrassing to a man's ego. Wifing up a woman that other men had access to without the hassle. I'm explaining male logic. So ladies, if you have a tight circle, if the circle is small, everyone knows you, everyone knows that you get around, and you can't seem to get a guy to stick around long term, that's probably why. They're just courting you until they get to experience what all the other 50 men experience, and then they move on. And especially like if you are a man like Klay, where he's in a very male dominated, crap talking industry, they be talking crap on the court, right? One of the players that Megan probably screwed in the past could be like, look at you, you punk. You wifed up the girl that we all screwed. Like that, I don't know. To men, it's like, ugh, it's cringe. That's why they don't like doing that. And the only ones that will do that, you don't want that type of man. If he's willing to go through that level of humiliation, typically they're very low-hanging fruit, low-quality men. I understand the psyche of men. If a man does choose to wife up a woman, that's why it's always usually someone who's wholesome. It's because they don't want to feel stupid. They don't want to be the man putting a ring on your finger when 20 other dudes got to hit with no commitment. That's why they don't want a girl with a high body count. It's an ego thing with men. I hope that makes sense. How men feel and why they don't typically wife up the known public 304, And yes, the thing is, that's men. When men want just cat, sometimes they will put up a facade. The wrong ones will absolutely future fake, put up a facade and do everything that Klay did. Absolutely. It's not always going to be like the fat girl treatment where they just sleep with you behind closed doors at 2 a.m. in the morning. And it's not always that simple. Sometimes if you're fine, especially like a Megan Thee Stallion, I was just on her Instagram. She is fine as wine. No, they're going to want to show you off a bit. They're going to want to have fun with you. They're going to want to show you off when you're fine like that. Because don't get me wrong. Oh, it's definitely a flex to hit a Megan Thee Stallion type. To hit, not to wife up. That's not a flex. That would make him a fool. But to hit, oh yeah, he's gonna want society to know, like, yeah, you see those buns on Instagram? That's me right now. It strokes the wrong men's ego to sleep with Megan because he knows Megan is just a sex symbol to men. That's all she will ever be. So when it comes to that category, yeah, it's a flex because all these dudes are probably jacking off to her Instagram, and Klay actually gets to experience the 3D version in real life. So bedroom access is absolutely a flex, not marital access. But to say that's me and lock it down long term with your name on it, no, that's not a flex to men. A marital ego stroke and flex to men would be to lock down the woman that no other man has had. Now that's a flex. That's what makes a man's chest go up, and that's what makes him feel like the man. It's different. But men kind of know who to settle down long term. That's why Megan Thee Stallion said he had cold feet. I come on here and I just say straight wisdom. So I've had videos, you can date back maybe like 2 years of me saying basically the same thing. It still applies. So, I think I even did a dating live stream and we were talking about this. And even a man came on and co-signed. He was like, hey, if your body count is high, do not let that man find out. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to encourage women to lie, but I agree with you. I was trying my hardest not to say that because I don't like to encourage lying and manipulation. But like, if your body count is high, good luck. Men will sit in your face. Yeah, they'll do all of that. They'll take you on a date. Yes. They will court you for some cat to hit a few times. Like, I don't understand why women are like, she cooked for him. He don't care about that. I don't even know why she want, like, you can't do that. You Megan Thee Stallion cannot have your cake and eat it too. You already made it known that you are a promiscuous Jezebel spirit, right? In your music, in your reputation, and what you represent. So just because you want to play like the wifey type and cook and you trying to play like the good girl, I don't even know why you came around that man's family. That's embarrassing. With your Instagram, the things I seen on your Instagram, ma'am, it was cheek after cheek after cheek after cheek after cheek. And his family can see this. So you guys are like, oh, but she cooked for him and she was a good woman. She's not a good woman. Are y'all slow? Good women care about their public reputation. Y'all be thinking you can do whatever you want and then, okay, yeah, cute. That's cute. 304s, they cook for men all the time and they be pick-me's for men behind closed doors all the time. That's not fooling a man.
Stallion is not wifey material. She's not a good woman. She was doing what most grifters do, and men can see right through it as they just get the cat and dip. But she was trying to cosplay the aesthetic of being a wife. No, you have to embody being a wife, not cosplay the aesthetic, ma'am. Like, you're not fooling anyone. That was probably the first meal she cooked all year. I don't know. I don't keep up with Megan. You're not really about that. Like, you're not me. You're not in the kitchen daily cooking from scratch. Even if my man was not here, I'd still be having this routine. That's a wife. But those grifter types, they eat fast food every day, drink alcohol every day, but then the only time they actually cook is when a man is in front of their face. They could have kids and everything. The kids be eating cup of noodles all day, every day. They'll never cook the kid a proper meal. Yeah, that's a difference. Those are 304s. That's what 304s do. That's what they love to do. A real wife, it's a lifestyle. She's still going to be a wife even if the man is not there, even behind his back. Those are the ones that good men wife up.
He can still see the 304 in you and he still knows not to take you seriously long term. Hello. Like her making one meal, that does not erase almost a decade of her hot girl nonsense. She's literally led other women to hell. And actually, let's stop right there and let's talk about that. My goodness. Megan Thee Stallion. Now I know you, because when I just heard your song, you was in your song talking about yo man looking at me, he looking at me, he want to taste this, I could take yo man. That's all of your lyrics. So you can't cause chaos basically in other women's homes because you're always talking about taking somebody man, and allegedly they're saying you effed your best friend's man. Not surprised by that. It's an ego thing for you. Like women that talk like that, you're a narcissist. Like, ew, I never got a high or a kick out of taking my friend's man or taking another woman's man, period. That is weird. You will never catch me doing no weird stuff like that. I don't want your man. Oftentimes, I got to fight these men off of me. I've had every opportunity to sleep with other girls' man, and I've never done that. That's weird. So, of course, Megan's weird self took the opportunity to sleep with her best friend's man, allegedly. Duh, she's weird. And so you go around and you promote degeneracy in your music. You promote non-monogamy in your music. You promote it with your actions. You promote it with your Instagram. Let's get into that. Miss cheek after cheek after cheek after cheek after cheek. Who do you think is in your likes? Do you think that it's like single men in your likes? No, it's probably married men jacking off to your pictures. You know, so you, yeah, you got cheated on. That's just karma. That's just the natural vibrations of life. You reap what you sow. You've probably caused hella arguments amongst women because their boyfriends are probably back there jacking off to your Instagram because your cheeks are cheeking on your Instagram, ma'am. I'm very jealous, by the way. Okay. Your body looks amazing. Good Lord. So you've caused all of these boyfriends to jack off to your Instagram, Miss Jezebel Spirit. But you want to complain about a little cheating? Girl, bye. You cannot do that, ladies. You got to pick a struggle. If you're going to make your reputation being a 304, then let it be that. Some girls, I respect them because they're like, you like Stunna Girl. She's like, yeah, I'm a 304.
I've been a mother 304, but y'all wanted me to paint me out to be something other than that.
You know what I mean? But like, it's confusion when you're promoting 304ness, but then you're expecting wifey material treatment. No, now get on your back and get hit and quit like she's been with a lot of men in the industry. That's what's gonna continue to happen. But see, it's all fun when you're in your early 20s. But when you're 30 or approaching 30, like Megan Thee Stallion, now you're gonna want to settle down. You're gonna want to have kids. You're gonna want to get married, which is what Megan tried to do. No. You've already been passed around by the entire industry. Men do not like that. Just like what the guy said. Now, that's why I said public. A lot of girls, they'll when they are around a man, they're lying and saying that they're virgins. But hey, the man believes it. The man marries her, whatever. But for Megan, it's just a wrap. Like you're like, I don't know, girl. My best advice would be just grift like all the other people and just dedicate your life to Christ. Become a Christian. Wash all your sins away, and then maybe you might get chosen by a man for marriage. But with the way your Instagram looks and what you're rapping about, girl, good luck getting a man to take you seriously. All I see in her future is just boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend. And I mean, sure, right? Like there's always some low-hanging fruit that us women can marry. So that could be a possibility, right? It could happen. But what I'm saying is, for damn sure, what's not going to happen is these types of girls, they find one man and settle down until they're old and gray. No. I guarantee you, absolutely not. That's not going to happen for none of these current rappers. None of them. So keep dreaming. No, even if they do get engaged, Even if they do find a man, he'll be in and out like the other boyfriends that they've had. These girls are skip me's. That's all you are. You're not the wifey type. Look at what you do. You don't get your way and you're on the timeline. I hate women like that. And so the next man is seeing this, by the way. He's seeing that as soon as you don't get what you want, when things end, you blast out all of your business. Oh, you said Klay had mood swings. I'm sorry. This is not something that you should say on social media. Everybody has flaws. Like, why are you like, ew, it's just tacky? And Klay's seen that. Men can see the tackiness, and women need to understand. You did all this cooking and cleaning and tried to cosplay as a wife. He's seen the grifter in you. He knew that as soon as you weren't going to get your way, here you go on the timeline. And that's why, the women are playing victim right now, and they're saying, oh, the men are being mean. Who brought this to Instagram? Did Klay bring this information to Instagram that they broke up? No. Megan Thee Stallion did. Do I feel bad for her? Hell no. Because even as a YouTuber, by now, I've understood. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Megan, this is not her first rodeo with so much chaos involving the internet. She knows how the internet goes. Okay? If you post something crazy, there's going to be think pieces after think pieces after think pieces. The internet really has never favored Megan Thee Stallion. So I don't really care that men are like, I guess, turning on her or whatever. I don't know. I didn't get into the whole Tory Lanez nonsense. I think they're still mad at her because of that, but whatever. But yeah, men, they don't wife up crash outs. They don't. You've never seen me crash out and I'm talking about all of my man's flaws on YouTube. You will never catch me doing no stuff like that. I don't care. That's not giving wifey material. You never gave wifey material. So what are we shocked for? So yeah, these reactions on the internet, I don't even know what to say. Like when I first seen the first woman crashing out over this, I thought it was satire until I seen another video and another video and another video. And I was like, oh my God, wait, women are actually like distraught over this. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand the parasocialness with Megan Thee Stallion that they have. What is the difference between her and every other woman who's a rapper getting cheated on? Men don't take female rappers rapping about their WAP seriously. None of them, they all get cheated on. So like, I don't know why like women are so emotional over Megan getting cheated on. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm like, oh, she got cheated on? Oh, well, duh. Of course it was gonna happen. Like, and it's like, girl, did you think he was actually going to be loyal? I'm not justifying what Klay Thompson did, but he's a freaking athlete. They all cheat. That's why I be confused when girls like get with these athletes and they're like actually trying to settle down. I'm like, do you realize you only have 5 seconds of loyalty with this man? And these girls be slow in La La Land. Like Megan Thee Stallion, she's kind of slow to me. Like, did you actually think that he was going to be loyal to you forever? But see, the men that can be loyal to you forever, the reason why it seems like there's no good men out there, they all suck, is because y'all overlook them. The fact that y'all thought Klay Thompson was this great, outstanding stand-up man shows me how slow y'all are at picking, like I said. That's crazy. But yeah, skip me women love, that's their favorite thing. As soon as they don't get their way, shoes is on fire. It's like that movie, what is it called? The Macrimony, I don't know, child. Tyler Perry's movie. That's how they act. That's why I can't be around them, because they even do that in friendships. Like the one girl I used to be cool with on YouTube doing that. As soon as she don't get her way, oh, YouTube video up about me, trying to air me out and spreading rumors. Like, that's the behavior of skip me hyena women who never ever get their way. They're psychotic because so many men have skeeted in them and left, and they're so used to people leaving their lives. So that's why when a person does leave, all they know is to crash out. So you guys seen me go back and forth with a creator on here who was a skip me. She started that nonsense. Wanted to bring her old ass and do a freaking video on me. I'm like, what are you doing? We was just cool 2 business days ago. And I tried to ignore it at first. She just kept rumor. I said, you know what? All right, I got time. But that's very rare of me to do. Typically, when I fall out with people, that's nobody's business. Like, I'm a very classy woman. And me and my man, we've had hella discussions about that. We will never get on the internet and start, like, that's ghetto. Oh, psychotic, skip me, hyena behavior. End of discussion. But Megan, like I said, she was crashing out because she's 30. She wants to settle down. She wants kids. She wants to get married. And men are not doing that for her. They're not. It sucks being a woman and you're in the hit and quit position rotationally with men. That is a horrible position for women to be in. And I understand why they crash out. I would crash out too if I was in a continuous cycle getting effed and left, effed and left, effed and left. I get it. Don't no woman want to be in that position. And that's why we say, you ladies that act like you don't want marriage, you're a liar. What woman wants to be passed around by a bunch of men for the rest of her life? That literally sounds like a nightmare. I would rather eat a jean jacket than to live life like that. No, one man me, please. And I'm done. When women like MJ Gray, they start talking like all anti-marriage, girl, shut up. So you mean to tell me you want to hook up with different men for the rest of your life? Because y'all aren't closing your legs. Miss Decenter Men Warriors, y'all don't close your legs. It's just that men don't center y'all. The reality is all women want to be picked. End of discussion. And that's why, what did I say, y'all? I said it in my last video. I said, anytime a woman is coming to the timeline to air out her spouse and all the things that he did, she's only doing it because he left her. If he still was in her life, she would put up with the cheating, the hot and cold behavior. She'd put up with all of it with a smile on her face just to say that she has a man. And what I said, it will continue to age well because it's just a pattern that I've always noticed with people. Rejection is literally the root of most crash outs. It's what causes some men to stalk women. I know that's why my stalker was stalking me, because I didn't want him. Rejection literally brings out the psychoticness in people. That's how I know when a woman, I think it's pretty psycho to come to the internet and just tell everybody your business. So I know that she got rejected. And yeah, I mean, Klay going cold on her, which is what Megan Thee Stallion said, that is a form of rejection. Sometimes, like, that's how a man will leave. He'll treat you like crap until you get up and leave. But he rejected her. She didn't reject him. Okay. Yeah, I even noticed this. I talk about this all the time with my subscribers. My number one haters on YouTube, they all are only doing that because I rejected them in some way, shape, or form. Okay. They do continuous videos and all this stuff because I either blocked them, I told them off. It was some form of rejection that brings out the unhingedness in people. That's usually the root. And it's because rejection wounds, it makes you act crazy because it challenges your self-worth. Especially if you've been rejected, like as a kid by your parents, and all you know is rejection. You're very sensitive to it. So it literally makes you crash out. It makes your ego crash out. You want to come to the time like, oh, he did this, he did that. You're only doing this because he left you. Hadn't he left, you would have been because honestly, if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. On Reddit, they're saying on Reddit, Klay been cheating on Megan Thee Stallion. Like, there's been blind items, there's been rumors, and she was my man on social media, right? Putting up with it with a smile on her face, cooking and everything. He'd been cheating the whole time, according to rumors, allegedly. But you want to expose him because he effed you a few times and moved on? And these will be the same women calling you male-centered, you a pick-me, for knowing how to keep one man around. Just projection, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking about my partner, and it's like the love that we have for each other, even if things did not work out between me and him, I still would wish him well. I would never get on YouTube and sick my audience on him. Like, no, I genuinely love that man on a, it's like, I can't even explain. It's like, it's past relationship. Even if we split, I love him on a human level, like on a friend level, just as a human. Like, I care about his well-being. I hope that he does well with me or without me. Like, I genuinely care about that man. So even if we were to split, I would never sick my audience on him. Honestly, we could be here all damn day doing mental gymnastics trying to unpack this nonsense, but whatever. Two people who ain't ish got together and it didn't work out. Like, okay, duh. But let's talk about, like, when I tell you the internet was crashing out. Women were like, oh, I'm about to cheat on my man now, and like, they were serious. Like, they were actually not joking around. Like, they were hurt. They were like, oh, now this got me looking at my man funny. I don't trust my man. I'm like, are y'all okay? I don't see my man in a Klay Thompson. So this never resonated. Like, her getting done like this never ever resonated with me. I don't date Klay Thompsons. So let's start there. If you're seeing yourself in this situation, something is very wrong. Okay? When I see Klay Thompson, my player radar goes off like crazy. He looks like a player. I don't date those types of men. So, like, yeah, the ladies were just like, this got me angry at my man. And I'm like, y'all are so parasocial and weird. Child, this one girl that went extremely viral on TikTok really did. She tried to do a hex on Klay Thompson. I was like, yeah, I have truly seen it all on this internet. I've never seen women react so strongly to cheating. Ever. I don't know what's so special about Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all don't do this for Mariah the Scientist. She gets cheated on every 3 minutes. The way she gets cheated on is just straight up cruel. Right? Like, how Young Thug did Mariah was cruel. Like, okay, now that kind of low-key tugged on my heart. Like, ooh, in jail with a correctional officer? Ooh, Lord have mercy. Woo. Anyways, you know, so it's just strange that, like, suddenly women are like coming together. Like, y'all never cared. Yeah, so I don't know, they are crashing out and I'm just like, what is going on right now? Like, am I dreaming? Somebody pinch me. All right, I'm gonna go. All right,